It was an old house, nestled at the edge of a quiet town. The kind of house people steered clear of, their whispers lingering in the air about its past. Whispers of strange noises, shadowy figures, and odd disappearances. It had been empty for years, and when Clara inherited it, she didn't hesitate. She was drawn to the house, convinced it would be the perfect place for a fresh start. The first night she arrived, the house felt colder than she expected. The air was thick, almost as if it were alive, watching her. But she brushed it off. After all, it was an old house full of drafts and creaks. She lit a fire in the fireplace, unpacked her belongings, and went to bed. But sleep didn't come easy. Around midnight, she heard it, the soft, distant sound of whispers. Faint at first, like the rustling of leaves, but unmistakably voices. She sat up in bed, straining to listen. The sound seemed to be coming from below, deep beneath the floorboards, the basement. Clara tried to ignore it, telling herself it was just the wind, but the whispers grew louder. They became a chorus, rhythmic and chant-like, rising in intensity. It was as if something was calling her, and with every passing minute, she felt herself drawn to the basement. The next evening, unable to resist, Clara made her way down the narrow staircase that led to the basement door. As her hand touched the cold, rusted knob, she felt a shiver run through her. The whispers stopped. The air became still, thick with anticipation. She opened the door. The basement was pitch black, save for the faint glow of moonlight trickling through a tiny, cracked window near the ceiling. Clara took a step forward, the creak of the wooden floor beneath her feet the only sound. And then she heard it again. This time, a voice, clear and cold, right behind her. "We've been waiting for you." She spun around, her heart racing. But there was nothing there. Just the empty basement stretching into darkness. But then she saw it. In the corner something moved. Something not quite human. A figure, hunched and twisted, its pale skin stretched taut over its bones. It was watching her, its hollow eyes glowing in the dark. Clara couldn't move, rooted to the spot, her breath caught in her throat. The whispers started again, louder this time, filling the room with an unbearable pressure. The figure took a slow step toward her, and then another. Its mouth opened wide, its lips splitting to reveal rows of jagged yellow teeth. "You shouldn't have come here," it hissed. Clara's feet finally moved, and she ran, slamming the basement door behind her. She didn't stop until she was back in the safety of her room, the sound of the whispers still echoing in her ears. The next day, she packed her bags, ready to leave. But when she reached the door, she froze. The whispers weren't just from the basement anymore, they were everywhere. "We're here!" Clara turned, her eyes widening in horror. The house was no longer empty. The figures were all around her, watching from the shadows, waiting for her to join them. And this time, she couldn't escape.